Hello everyone, and welcome to the map Alcyone, and welcome to the August Viewer Challenge, indeed. Kicking things off here, the blue Zerg drones joining me in this upper right corner of the map, and a very static overlord will go this way. It is Skiem. Move your Ovi. And their red Zerg opponent, a ZVZ, hopefully very chaotic, action-packed with this quick pool. It is Orky Devest. Veste. I'm gonna go with Orc. I think Orc will be sufficient. Orchid? It could be orchid, like a flower. Vest, I got nothing though. Alright, so let's go ahead. I see the pool. We don't have much time. Alarak, come on. Chop, chop.
I did not invade your ship to make idle chatter.
Very well. Fine. The viewer challenge, the focus of today. I tasked my wonderful participants with the challenge of not making any army units until they had 1,000 minerals in their piggy bank. You gotta save some. You gotta put some away. Investment in order to secure your future. And at that point, you gotta make sure you don't spend it, right? It's no good if I save if I just spend it the next day. So you then gotta make sure after making those army units, you maintain 1,000 1,000 minerals. Doing great. Which is going to kind of make this a little awkward, I will say, because we've kind of already outed ourselves for who is involved with the participant, who is not involved, I should say, as these Zerglings are absolutely destroying these poor drones. Quit sending drones down here one at a time. The blue Zerg, though, they don't even have their pool. They couldn't even make army units if they wanted to. We will see. What's the plan here? They're only at 250 minerals in change, so I don't think there's really any saving this hatchery. Now, spines are okay, because the challenge specifically was army units. So, you know, a spine crawler, or 2, or 10, or 30. That's okay. You want a spine crawler defense? Go for it. It's not going to save this hatchery, though. That hatchery goes down. The lings will retreat from the broodlings, who very sadly lose their motivation to go on. Luckily, I said, do you know about this one? Oh, you do, actually. Okay. I was going to say, luckily, the blue Zerg here is still going to be even on bases because they opted for the very quick third hatchery. The spine crawlers are here. They could start to set up shop. Will they just defend the main base? No? Oh no, not the larva. The lings start to make their way across the other side. They're going to go for this third hatchery. That's an orc. Quite the aggressive player here. Going unchallenged because my challenge is overriding poor Skiem's will here. There's more spine crawlers, though. I don't think that's... Oh god, that's a lot of Zerglings now. They don't have Ling speed, but you don't really need Ling speed if your opponent is so handicapped they can't even make any Zerglings at this point. Why do you just retreat? Okay. Still, not looking good, I will say, for the blue. However, you know, red opting to take advantage of all of this time. They're just now starting to make some drones after going for a lair, Hydra Den, and a couple of Hydras. Just a sprinkle, just a splash of Hydralisks, okay? Don't want to get too committed here. We're going to make some spore crawlers, because thus far, I have seen absolutely nothing from my opponent, and especially, you know, nothing that would indicate an air unit. But I suppose the fear is there. You say, why isn't my opponent making any Zerglings? They must be going for quick one-base mutas, because mutalisks are something that every player can afford when I only have 16 drones in change. Yeah, that's very advisable. nonetheless, the blue Zerg seems to have been able to stabilize for a little bit here. They're getting their gas. Just one gas, of course, because the focus is minerals. Got to put those nickels, those dimes in your piggy bank. We're getting closer to that 1,000 mark. It's definitely taken some time. It's been a struggle, though, because Orc over here has decided to open this game up with quite a bit of aggression. That pool first paying off, resources lost heavily in favor. But now the moment has come. 1,000 minerals in the bank, and the Lings starting. So now the second part moves into play. They have to try to maintain 1,000 minerals. Say, of course, leniency. I'm a very lenient, I'm a very calm person, but I like to see the effort. So now, what's our army supply look like? We got 2 Zerglings. Perfect. Queens, of course, fine. Queens, like 1 per hatchery before the threshold. After the threshold, you just make as many as you want, sure. I will definitely not put a limitation on queens. That would just be rude and harmful unnecessarily. Strategy yet to be seen, though. I don't think we're actually gonna get to see. Oh, we're not too sure. We're not too sure what to do with all these Lings and Hydras that I have somehow wound up with. No. I'm not surprised. It's a Nidus. Nidus network on the way. Oh my gosh, you're going for a 5th hatchery. You are a madman. You hit the threshold. Why not just make army units? Go kill him. Go punch him in the face. No, gotta make this a good one. Gotta make this a spicy match for Indigos. I know. Alright. Wait, let's see. Oh, the changeling. Spotted, found. You are no Zergling of mine, says this queen. Which, name the queen. We've got to get a name for the queen. Go on, comment down below. What do you think? Do we go with an antiquated, wonderful name like Agnes? Or something a bit more creative, a more sinister, maybe? Like Swarm Hosts. Interesting choice. There's 2. So that's either a very interesting question or double accident. They're rallied. They are specifically rallied to the Nidus, which ironically does not have anything else in it. Oh, we're getting more. It was so not an accident. Okay. Swarm Hosts. The choice, the flavor of the mid-game. Because nobody would expect it in ZVZ. The Blue Zerg has successfully hit over 2,000 minerals in their piggy bank, and army supply, it's growing, it's getting there. But the Nidus cares little for your army supply. It cares only for your lack of vision in the main base. The force is moving across to the other side. This is very bad timing. The Nidus noise is made. The army immediately retreats. Look, 3 swarm hosts. Oh god, they get the queen. They get the queens. Run. And start to scratch the pigmentation on that morphing layer. The roaches will shut down the Nidus. Who would have thought you might need more than 3 swarm hosts? The drones will be pulled. Out for blood, out for vengeance, or perhaps here just to defend their minerals. The worm erupts. The Lings actually get in here too. Totally fine. Oh, but the army flank, actually a solid position, getting stuck in the minerals. Working out pretty well, I'll say. Another Nidus coming up in the main base. Get those 3 swarm hosts. Okay, guys, look. We need to learn the concept of critical mass here, okay? Because if you don't hit it, if you don't have enough to actually be scary, then we're all just going to make fun of you. 3 swarm hosts is right on that cusp of like, not enough to really get damage done, but also too many at the same time. The armies clash outside the natural of red. The Hydralisks now left to themselves. The Roaches get a decent arc. We'll be able to surround it. The Overseers staring angrily from above with their 16 eyes, desperately looking for some way to actually do any damage. If looks could kill, am I right? The Swarm Host recalled back home for the defense. The Locusts will do a pretty decent job taking out as many Roaches as the Hydralisks did in that battle. Reinforcements will morph out from those eggs, which means red should be fine. Queens, Hydras got this handled. Another Nidus. I see that click, though. I think blue does know about it. And so far, their 5 bases still standing. The mineral count has far exceeded the threshold, so they're doing completely fine. The Swarm Host, they don't even have their Locusts. The Hydras will come out, help out with this. A second Nidus. Come down here. I've seen Dark play. He does this too. He makes a second Nidus where his first Nidus was. I'm playing like Dark, right? Oh yeah. Yeah, you are. Sure. Hydras will get this hatchery down. There's not enough defense here from the blue Zerg. The Roach is actually just going to retreat, I think. Oh, no. Red retreats first. Okay. Getting the hatchery, though. Finally, the Overseers show up at long last. Oh dear. The queen count has been rising. You're at 14 queens. I like it. I approve. Did they get a second Nidus? They did. Excellent. Double Nidus network. Perfect. It would appear that the success of the Nidus seems to be dwindling, though. Getting this base was a decent win, sure, but at what cost? The drone count is just not there. Red is struggling for a bit of money. Going for their +3 ranged attack. Army supply in favor of blue. It's the advantage that red has right now is chaos. Blue is scrambling. For the defense, of course. Get them. More worms coming up, actually in the center of the map here. Oh god, the Swarm Host count. We hit it. We found it. 8 Swarm Hosts now. Get back in the worm. There you go. The Locusts. Good god, the DPS of Locusts just evaporate the blue army. Swarm Hosts, they don't suck. If you just have to get enough of them. Okay. Which is a supply investment more than anything else. 44 army supply for red, but 8 Swarm Hosts. Good grief. The Hydras. Oh, well, they're not going to need the Nidus Worm because it turns out blue was trapped here with red. So they'll be just fine. Struggle. I can feel it. More Lings on the way. You need to just settle down for a second. Just let him have this ground. The Swarm Hosts were doing too well at keeping that at bay. It's a lot of changelings. So many changelings. Spread them out a little bit. Get a little vision for these worms. Red keeping up a decent amount of chaos. The Locusts will take that high ground. But they go for the hatchery instead of the queens, which is not going to be a good decision. Well, they switch at the end there. So the hatchery's at half health. The queen spine wombo combo should be fine for the defense. These macro hatches, I can agree with that. You've got a lot of money. That bank is overflowing. That piggy is full. Okay. Whatever you've been feeding it, nickels, dimes, it seems to be working out. Investment, it's going to pay off one day, right? Because you can take minerals into the next game, you know. Don't do it. You can't do that. Roaches on the way. More Nidus worms coming up. There's just... I worry about the severe lack of transition here from red. I mean, yes, the amount of Swarm Hosts is good. It is impressive, sure. It's even healthy. They do get one of the spines. They completely destroy the Zerglings. +3 attack Locusts. I'm going to have to revisit Swarm Hosts in some of my games. I forgot how much they shred ground units. Well, the worm will be destroyed, will be dealt with. If blue could just segment off some army units and head over to red side of the map, buy a little bit of time. This is a similar strategy to when you're fighting mutas. One of the best things you can do to fight mutas is not fight the mutas. Just go across the other side of the map. If you get hit with mutas in a ZVZ, send those roaches somewhere else. They're not going to do you any good at home. At least go cause a little bit of chaos to the opponent. Because if the mutas come back home, or in this case the swarm hosts, if the swarm hosts come back home, guess what? They're not on your doorstep. They're not causing problems for you. Messing the lawn, walking through the grass. Roach speed finally coming up here for blue, whose army supply still maintaining roughly 2-to-1 advantage. Red makes the mistake of traveling in any method besides a Nidus worm. Why are the locusts here? I think they spawned a little early. Now blue can just kind of run away from this at this point. Oh, reinforcing worm here. The locusts will no longer be able to help out. Red needs to be a bit careful. The army supply sans locust is definitely in favor of blue. The roaches get on top of the host, even destroying the worm. There is no escape now for these units. The locusts still not able to come back. The swarm host lives will be lost, and we have seen the turning point. Blue, really for the first time, taking quite the advantage, shutting down these attacks. Red's gonna tap out. Get out of here, you Nidus worm-wielding orc. Skemk will be the victor. Challenge requirements honored for sure. Chaotic first 5 minutes while you were investing, putting those coins away in that piggy bank. Once you hit that threshold though, I didn't see you dip below 1,000. Totally fine. I don't even need to be lenient. Great work. Fabulous. That is not all for today, folks. Onwards to the next map. For the second match of the day, we are still on Alcyone. Getting real familiar with this map today. The blue Terran pieces landing here into the upper right corner. The blue SCVs belonging to DJ Vocho. Or Vaco. I'm not sure. DJ, probably. Blue Terran. And their Protoss opponent, the red probes here, the bottom left corner, it is Edward. Thank you for the very pronounceable name. Excellent. Oh, God. No. Oh, no. Okay. Protoss making a forge. Alright. So, the challenge, of course. We'll kind of be able to tell who, you know, kind of early on, just based on who makes army units, I guess. Who's weird or silly enough to make an army unit. Oh, the triple depot. Really? Okay, 2 racks on the way. Which is either going to tell me a lot of army units early on, or some very interesting decision choices. The Protoss on the other side, equally interesting. We've got a forge. We've got no cannons. We've got no probes out on the map. I love viewer games. I love this. No, we're cannon rushing our own ramp. Perfect. Excellent. Of course, as mentioned in the previous match, you know, static defense, doesn't matter who it is, static defense is fine. You can completely cannon and spine crawler, and bunkers actually, unfortunately, not going to be too helpful because you can't make army units to fill said bunkers. I don't think DJ Vocho here, I don't know, I can't do it. DJ, I don't think DJ is going to be too keen on waiting for that 1,000 mineral threshold though. We've got a factory coming up, we've got the mule coming down. Probe out on the map for Edward, Mr. Ward here. Double cannon, the high ground. Oh. Completely walled himself both in and out. No probes can get out, but we've already got one out there. Looks like the goal will be taking a rich gas base. also double eBay. Because we have many things to sell to distant places on our one base economy. We're going to set that up. Double engineering bay factory coming up too. We'll get a tech lab. What is this? What in the one base double upgrade madness is this? We activated the upgrades. Okay, 1-1 on the way. This Terran. Okay, I'm starting to see the picture. I'm starting to get it together here. I believe the Protoss is the viewer. Hence the, many Marines with not many minerals. But also, this is going to be a little scary. This is a tank push. This is a 1-1, one-base tank push up against this Protoss, who is not allowed to make any army units. Going instead for the third Nexus. They're not saving a lot of money, so they're going to go with the investment. They're going to go with the later game strategy, perhaps. Both games interesting. Both games having, early attacks. Roughly, of course. Take a drink, guys. Stay hydrated. Both games having early attacks. This one, if the Terran is on point with their timing, probably hit around 6. And we have a missile turret. Not in the mineral line, though, because we don't want to mess up those workers. Of course not. No. Cyber core. We've got one gate. I'm going to go ahead and speed this up a little bit. We'll slow it down once this Terran decides it is time. Because it's certainly not going to be the Protoss deciding just yet. They're about to hit the 500 mineral threshold. They're still making probes, though. They're still investing, okay? Putting away those coins, making sure they've got their futures secured. Up to that Roth IRA piggy bank. Terran says it's go time. They're waiting for those upgrades to be completely finished. Fabulous. They will hit before the 6-minute mark. And everything is just moving across. There's no medevacs, though. But there's also no stim. We've focused on shields, which ironically is the better option for pure aggression, I suppose. If you're not going to go with medevacs. Having stim can be more of a liability than anything else at that point. Command center on the way. I'm actually impressed. This Terran, they know what they're doing, and they're even going to expand afterwards. What are we looking at here? Oh wow! With only 39 average, that's pretty good. Oh, you poor thing, you haven't scouted. There's no scout. There's no Nexus. What do I do? I've never been in this situation before. I'm still going to set up the tanks, okay? The missile turret crawl. Who did you watch to get this idea? Was this Gumiho? This could be Gumiho. I believe it. Well, that's an interesting spot to put the turret. Okay. The Protoss still has not actually hit the 1,000 mineral threshold. It's been 7 minutes. They're getting a lot of gates, though, so they're preparing. Protoss, of course, you have to be a bit more prepared to spend those minerals. Okay, we've scanned the high ground, the Venn diagram scan, of course, for double detection in that shared area. The SCV, even here, ready to go. That's a lot of Marines, Batman. That's not going to work out too well. The siege tanks will completely shred that door open. Does the Protoss just die? Oh, they hit 1,000 minerals. And they've started Archon production. I like the choice, actually. Oh, get out of the tank range. Get out of the tank range. Oh. Nope. Okay. Well, Archon's actually pretty good against Marines, I'll say. Especially when they don't have stim or medevac support. We're getting stormed, too. Don't know. Why would you send one in by himself? This isn't the legacy of the Void cinematic. He still took out a decent amount, though. There's 2 more. I think red should be fine. Oh yeah. Especially if Blue's not going to be bringing up the tanks. We've got a sensor tower. Oh my gosh. That's so good. A sensor tower for my aggressive push here. The siege tanks start to make their way up the ramp, which is going to spell doom for these Archons, unfortunately. The unsieged siege tank attack, is it legal? Is it allowed? We're still not sure. We haven't really gotten a clear answer from the litigation in the community. Well, the probes are going to be evacuated, which is probably the ideal choice, actually. Nexus destroyed. The Archons decide now is the time to move in. Get close. Get close. Oh my gosh. Well, they do get close to the siege tanks. The Archon's so thick, though, they can't actually hug the tank close enough to not get shot. They'll do it, though. They'll break it. I'm impressed, actually. You have upgrades? +1 attack. Okay. Not too bad. Archons are just beefy. They're just durable. Helpful. Planet. You guys see what's wrong here? Where's the other planetary? Oh my gosh, he took this base. He says I'm gonna take my opponent's third. I have no words for this. This is hurting my brain. Got a Zerg and a shotgun. That's about the best I could hope for, I suppose. Oh no. Really? We're gonna long distance mine. Okay, I take it back. Perfect. Thank you. Print, screen, thumbnail, material. Excellent. Fantastic. Let's check on this Protoss. They've been able to maintain their 1,000 mineral threshold, of course. They're opting to move up that tech tree into a fleet beacon. And they have obtained more bingo bases, thanks to the Prism evacuating the probe count there. Yeah, I don't think that's going to work out. I'm going to get the air armor from this now very much stranded cyber core. Another cannon. The Marines are going to move their way up the ramp, though. It's not going to work out too well. Cannon quickly destroyed. Oracle, on the other side, not able to get anything done because Terran's, of course, very well versed in the art of making unnecessary turrets. Although if the Oracle is here, does that make it a necessary turret? Outsmarted, outwitted by what is probably gold, if I had to guess. I'm not too sure. I'm not 100%. This feels very gold, though. I like it. Composition. Oh, I heard the battle cruiser. Where's it going? Oh, main base. I heard that click. That click that inspires fear into my Zerg-shaped heart. Checking all my bases, saying, where am I about to lose the game? Alright. Warpgate unpowered cyber core destroyed. Did it get air armor? It did not. Air armor was either cancelled or denied. And the rest of the main base will be cleaned up. DJ undoubtedly thinking, I have done it. I have won. This is the final building. Victor. Oh no. Where'd the victory screen go? Oh, scans going out. Where are you scanning? Oh, we're scanning over here. We see the Oracle. A bingo bases, of course. That's exactly what I would have done in this situation, says DJ. Now, spotting this base, we'll be able to have a prime target for their PCs. Oh, actually, it's going to scout up here. It looks like accidentally, perhaps. The battlecruiser just kind of went wherever it felt like. Is this Archon stuck? I think this Archon's stuck. We'll see. The probes are under attack now. Oh, he's not. He just has to go around. Okay. Oh, well, he's stuck behind his friend. Can't let me through, Timmy. God, I want to hit the battle cruiser too. The Oracle comes to stare angrily at the cruiser. Revelation for sure. Warping away. What is this? What do we got here? Convention. Oh, they were trying to get over to the battle cruiser. That was an all-army move. Cannon not going to help out too much with the defense here. The BCs warp over top of the probe line. The Prism helping to power the Nexus. Yes, you heard me. Ooh, not for very long though. Prism will be dealt with, will be destroyed. Where's the army? What's our move here? We're abandoning this base. Just let it fall. Let it go. Alright. Well, fine then. Check on our planetary status. Oh. Okay. We've evolved past long-distance mining. Not above, making a planetary on the high ground, of course. Who wins? I think the Archons win this. Pretty sure the Archons have got it. Oh yeah. Not without losses, sure. Unscarred. Could have microed a little bit, tried to save that one, but we'll get there. That's a diamond move, where we're trying to get enough value out of one unit to justify spending decades on this game. Carrier, Void Ray, Charge Lot Archon, the composition of choice for the Red Protoss, who has still definitely maintained their income, their piggy bank, overflowing 7.5 thousand in the bank there. They might even be able to afford the down payment on lunch tomorrow. We know how those prices have been. Oh, God. Don't even think about setting up a house somewhere. No way. That would be rude. Do viewer challenge where you have to get enough money to afford a home? No way. Commentary. I'm sorry. Planetary will be destroyed, will be eliminated with lightning efficiency thanks to that storm. But the secondary planetary, it's holding the high ground strong. You would think it'd be able to hit the air unit since it's on high ground, It's got kind of a little elevation. It just has to shoot straight. Won't be able to, though. Planetary will be destroyed, will be dealt with, and now the main base in quite a bit of peril here. Marines, siege tanks, start to work their way up over here. The Zealots, oh god, the Zealots do very well at dealing with all of that. I don't, where are the battle cruisers? Oh, they're still trying over here. Okay, gonna help out. We have a recall initiated. Carriers respond to the defense. Both battle cruisers will be destroyed, which is leaving very little in the army supply for the Terran, who has 7 SCVs to their name, 1 siege tank that is on shore leave, we'll call it, and 8 Marines that are struggling to find their place, their purpose on the map. We are left with 1 bunker. This bunker, the aggressive bunker. The sensor tower will alert the Terran to the incoming Protoss forces, and things are not looking too good, I will say, for DJ at this point in time. Edward has sufficiently met the challenge requirements, maintained the bank, investments looking good, stocks on the rise. Oh, very pretty too, with all the Void Ray lasers, fantastic. Planetary destroyed, turrets falling, and with no GG, the Terran is gone. Protoss will be the victor. Congratulations to all of the winners, all of the victors this fine day. If you enjoyed, be sure to let me know in the comments below. As always, thank you so much for watching. I hope you have a great day.